What's going on?
The purpose of all the wheelies and everything.
Oh, I don't know.
Huh? I thought this was designed to be on 2 wheels, not 1.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I figured I'd start a video from here since I've never done that before. Anyway, what's up? I'm gonna do something. What am I doing? Fuck, I don't know. Look at these, what the hell are these roads in the air? Where did they get there? How? Why? Why? I get a lot of questions about riding a DRZ or another Supermoto for long distances, and if I think that would be a good idea, and if people should get a bike for that. You know, like people are going like, I really want to get a Supermoto or a DRZ, but I have to ride 200 plus miles a day, or my girlfriend lives in the fucking moon. Do you think it'll be alright to ride that far? Fuck no! Get a closer girlfriend. Got chicks everywhere. Do I think it would be okay? Probably. I didn't want to go this way. You know, that's alright. This gives me an excuse to do something that's kind of fun. Well, I don't know. Okay, here's the deal. If you get a, let's just put this out there, like, for other Supermotos, there's a lot of other reliable ones. You're talking about riding one for more than, you know, 30 miles at a time down the highway. Yeah, you need to start thinking about what you're going to get, because a motocrosser that you convert to run on the street, I wouldn't want to run it more than like a mile or two down the highway, just at constant speed. It's just not good for it. A converted trail bike, which technically is, but this was actually a street legal bike. This is one of the really known good ones, but I'm talking like a WR or a Honda CRF 450X, for instance. Something along those lines. You want to be, you can run them a little bit further down the road, but still, when you're talking about like the long distance ones, you know, like to do that more than I'd say 30 miles at a time on the highway, there's just a handful of bikes I can honestly think of that would like be realistic that you'd want to get in that category. The DRZ 400 is one of them. I think the Yamaha WR 250, the X or the R, whichever, dual sport or Supermoto, those are both like really known reliable engines. And like the 650, the Honda 650R, that would be more like along your lines like a converted dual sport bike that's pretty reliable, but not good reliable. The L, the more lame version, that's what it stands for, lame. Yeah, you could run that one down the highway all day. You could fucking drive across the world. It won't hurt that one. But, and obviously the DRZ 400 falls into that category of a bike that you can just run down the highway. You know, these are bikes that if you keep up with the maintenance, which isn't anything crazy. It's not like a motocrosser again. It's a, you know, like you change the oil when it's appropriately time to change the oil, and then, you know, like keep your valves adjusted, I guess. You know, I mean, not even that often on this bike. It's nothing like most dirt bike engines. I think even in the Suzuki book, it's something like every 15,000 miles you're supposed to do a valve adjustment on this engine. So it's like, it's more or less, it's like a sport bike or something, or a good built cruiser. It's just something that it'll go down the road if you want to keep the throttle twisted. It's not going to hurt this thing. So that's what the deal is with those. But here's the deal: do you want to run a DRZ 400 down the highway on a daily basis? Again, the bike will put up with it, but you won't. And this is where I get people confused. Like, I know I've spoken about this before, but like I said, it's a question I get all the time. Here's the deal: if you're going to run the DRZ 400 down the highway every day to see your girlfriend or something crazy, or your dad, or whoever the hell you guys have told me in all your messages, to see somebody who lives really far away and you just have to commute on it, buy a goddamn beater car, really. Seriously, that would not be a bad option, like a $200 car. But, okay, you really want to do it with the DRZ, for instance, yeah, like, it will totally put up with it, but you won't because of vibrations, noise, just wind noise, even if you have stock exhaust. I mean, like, it's not even just the engine noise. Engine noise, if you have a really, really loud exhaust or a helmet that doesn't muffle very well, like I've had that before, dude, the noise is going to drive you nuts, man. Like, it's just going to kill you with aftermarket exhaust. This helmet was great. This Scorpion I have here, this EXO thing, I hardly hear anything with this one on. So, you know, like, there's that, and then there's, like I said, there's no wind protection, and the engine's going to be revving its balls off. If you're doing more than 70 miles an hour, it'll hold up to it. It really will. It's not going to fucking hurt it. I mean, you know, it's got 34,500 miles on it, and it will put up with it all damn day long. It's not going to give a shit. You are, though. You're going to actually feel guilty for it. So, things you can do if you really are in that situation, I'd say to start with the seat on this bike is not very comfortable. It's not uncomfortable. Like, for short rides, it's not going to bother you. It's for long distance. So you're gonna notice that seat because you are sitting on something that's like the size of like a 2x4. What that does is it cuts the circulation off to your legs. Jesus. I'd lane split, but cops are always around here, and it's not legal in this state. Just run up on that side there, over here by the graveyard. But it does hurt your legs and your ass after a while. So there's aftermarket seats out there. I wouldn't go with a Corbin. This bike came with one of those Corbin aftermarket seats, and it was ugly. And you actually would always slide forward, like would slide you downwards. And it wasn't that comfortable. I actually it was awesome. I bought the bike. It came with that stupid seat. I think I sold it for like nearly $300 used, and bought like just a stock seat for $10. So I would not go with none of those. The Corbins. There is other good aftermarket seats. So you just want to get something that's a little more wide than what you're currently sitting on, just to help with your ass and your legs. On top of that, and you'll want to get some kind of windscreen. I know that sounds dorky, but trust me, if you're going down the highway for long periods of time with that wind blasting in your face, it's gonna suck. You can get a little windscreen. They don't have to come all the way up. People don't think that if it doesn't cover the top of your head, it doesn't work. It comes like here, and that'll help direct the wind over your head. You'd be surprised what that'll do for you. And you could just get little ones, like universal ones, that'll pop onto your bars here, and then like you'll see a lot of them have these little things, like these little like tighteners. And so when you don't want to be somewhere, it's looking dorky. When you want to just go on a ride, it's just, you know, two little things you hand unscrew them. They're big, like what are those nuts called? Those big ones you can turn by hand, whatever the fuck they're called. I don't know. So you're gonna want to just take it off if you need to. That's cool. That's only temporary. That helps the wind. Then you got your ass help there. You may want to even consider re-gearing the bike. The problem with the DRZ is it really needs a 6th gear. Like, all gears 1 through 5 are perfect right where they are. It just needs one more. And they just don't have one. I don't know if I can beat this lane. Oh, that's why everyone's out of this lane. Bulldozer. So, like I said, yeah, you're gonna want like a. You're gonna want maybe to gear it. It's up to you. Like I said, the engine will hold up with it with like the 1541 gearing. The SM would come with stock. That's what I run on my converted S model. That'll it's kind of your compromise gearing. It gives you. I think it's fine. You just gotta remember, the more you gear it, the less fun it is when you're just riding it for fun, because you're making it, you know, accelerate slower. And the only other thing I could think of is get yourself some, if your helmet is real loud, even if it's not, get yourself some good like skull candy or some kind of like headphones you can fit into the bike that may drown out sound, you know, like they got those little thin ones that'll fit into your helmet, but they're not really going to drown out sound. If you got a good helmet, like again, this helmet I got here, I wouldn't really need to worry about this. I'm thinking like if you've got noise problems, it's nice to put like something with a, you know, like a little earbud on there that really sinks into your ear. That way, it really drowns out the sound. And just listen to your jams while you're riding, man. Keep your mind off things, you know. You're just gonna have to stop and take breaks on the way. The DRZ and probably some of the other mentioned bikes are bikes that will all hold up to it. They'll put up with that kind of riding. It's you that you need to worry about, like I said. But the just somewhat uncomfortable, like, I mean, your riding position seems like, oh, it would be no big deal. A lot of it's to do with that seat. Then you got your wind and sound. So If you can take care of those things, you should be all right. This truck can't turn that way. Like a fucking ton of bricks, man. Like, you feel cool in it, and all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck, I'm not cool anymore. This is terrible. And we had to cross the fucking border and keep it cool in front of the adults. And we were all like in a